Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. In this video, guys, we are gonna talk about this is such a hot mess. So, Oprah came out yesterday with some claims on Whitney, saying that Whitney Houston came on her show and Whitney was so out of it, and you guys know, read between the lines, and Whitney was just a hot mess, falling on the stage, tripping, just being completely out of it. And they decided to not make that clip public, and they asked the audience not to reveal that clip as well. But normally, guys, when I heard Oprah saying that, I'm like, normally, when someone goes to these shows, they all have to sign an NDA, right? And normally they're not allowed to video or record anything that goes on inside these shows. So why would she need to tell these people something that they were foretold? And that was immediate red flag for me. I was like, okay, so now that Clive Davis has passed, Oprah somehow has a magical story about Whitney Houston, and I'm like, get out of here. It seems as though she has forgotten that Wendy Williams has given us the inside of how these shows works. Have you guys seen anyone who has gone to any of these talk shows and coming back to tell you this is what happened before the set? This is what took place before the set? I've never seen it. So when Oprah came out with that yesterday, I was like, you know you're lying. You know you're only doing this because Clive Davis has passed, right? And now Whitney Houston's estate, they are coming at Oprah and they're very upset. They're saying that, Oprah's claims of Whitney Houston showing up to her talk show high on drugs, they're saying that's not what had happened that day. And Oprah is just twisting things and making up stories. And I believe Pat. I believe her 100%, right? Now, Pat is telling TMZ, according to TMZ report, they're saying Pat empathetically responds to a statement made by Oprah Winfrey at Cannes Lions. Pat added, Whitney absolutely fell off the stage, but it was during a sound check and it was due to the darkness of the area and her unfamiliarity with the stage. She was absolutely not high. Oprah Winfrey reveals Whitney Houston once fell off stage while performing on her show, but she asked the audience not to tell the media outlet, but they could not, because a part of going on the show was signing an NDA. They could not talk about the show, like any of the little glitches or the little bloopers or anything like that. You have to literally sign an NDA, right? No. What they're saying is that she acknowledges Whitney's addiction, saying, like many people, she faced personal battles, but it is inaccurate and unfair to attach that struggle to every performance or every chapter of her life. What the studio audience witnessed on stage was the result of discipline, talent, and commitment, not the assumption others project. Pat ended, Whitney's humanity included triumphs and struggles. But on that day, she showed up as the professional and gifted artist she always worked to be. We owe her the dignity of telling the truth, not repeating myths. As we previously reported, Oprah was receiving Cannes Lionheart Award at the Francis Lumiere Theatre when she told the audience about Whitney's 2009 appearance, her final visit to Oprah's show. During her revelation, O claimed Whitney had recently relapsed and was so high that day she fell off the stage. I'm going to tell you what Oprah did, guys, and this is why the public started falling out of love with Oprah. The public came to notice that Oprah is a narcissist. She's an opportunist. Oprah was pitching a deal while collecting that award. She believed that if she just sets the tone at that award ceremony, she would be able to move on into full production, telling a story about Whitney now that the powerhouse Clive has passed, right? She knows that Clive would have gone to war because Whitney is still Clive's prime asset. Oprah sees an opportunity now that Clive has passed, but Oprah tends to forget that Pathouston is not someone that you mess with, and this is why Whitney had chose Pat first to begin with. Oprah is a narcissist, she's an opportunist, and Oprah will literally tear down anyone to make a success story and to make a comeback. And this is why today's day and age, people don't mess with Oprah. This is why people have been disrespecting her, because Oprah doesn't have any respect for herself. Because if that had in fact happened to Whitney, you were at a award ceremony collecting an award on your behalf. Why would you need Whitney to shine when you were already shining? The mere fact that you were collecting an award indicates that you have done something great. But no, Oprah is never satisfied with life. She always has the need to make a come-up story out of someone that's black and vulnerable, just like Tyler Perry. Oprah is a narcissist. I don't know who Oprah thinks she's kidding, but no one trusts you, Oprah. No one trusts you in today's climate. Previous climates, they would. But after seeing what you did down in Hawaii, and I'm not talking about the conspiracy theory of her being involved in the fire. I'm talking about her knowing that those people have experienced something traumatic and those people had lost their entire life investments. Some people had lost their loved ones, and Oprah was in there with a camera in those people's faces when they were going through their pain and suffering. She had no care. She had no remorse about how those people were feeling and what they were going through at that time. And that's when a lot of people started realizing that Oprah is all about Oprah. Another thing is that she loves to lie. She'll tell a lie. Like, I've never collected any money for this. I've never collected any money for that. Until there are receipts proving otherwise, she'll then pivot to, well, I told them to pay my production team. I'm good because if my team was going to be there, they need to be compensated. And I can't argue with that our team needs to be compensated. But Oprah consistently do these things, and she seems to forget that the climate surrounding celebrities like herself is changing. The people are evolving. You can't go around telling the stories as you once used to, believing that they will be accepted. No one is going to accept your stories as they once used to. This generation, the people are waking up, and you can't fool the masses anymore. As Bob would say, some people are so poor, all they have is money. Oprah is one such primary example. And that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Peace.